I used to be lazy. I'd set my goals for the Quran or for any other goal in the dunya that I wanted to pursue. It would go well for a few days, but often within the next few days, I'd forget completely about the goal. Not only would I forget, but I would never ever come back to those goals. I'd wait for motivation for that perfect day, the day when everything felt right and I just felt like moving mountains. Of course, that day rarely ever came. My breakthrough didn't come from a new technique. It came the day I stopped chasing motivation. There was a point where every night I'd make the same promise to myself. I will do this, I'll do such and such, I'll memorize such and such. Then tomorrow would come and I'd find every other excuse to not do such and such. I would say I'm tired, I'll do it after work, I'll start again properly next week. I specifically remember when I was making university applications in sixth form, my school didn't give me the predicted grades that I felt that I deserved. As a result, of course, I was unable to apply to the university that I wanted to go to. I was asked by everyone, please apply to uni. You will still get into good universities with the grades that you have. At that moment, I felt betrayed. The people who were meant to look out for me and cultivate me intellectually were the same people who were limiting me and didn't believe in me. Now, of course, they did have reason to limit or doubt me. My track record, especially academically, wasn't the best. That same track record made it very unlikely that I would get into Cambridge. But the hurt that I got from being not believed in, being limited, was something that kept me motivated. Now, of course, I said that motivation is something that shouldn't be the ultimate goal or the ultimate thing that you look for when you start to do work. My point is that it would be nice to have motivation. It's good to feel good. But if motivation is to feel good whenever you do work, then you won't always feel good to do work. Going back to the moment of betrayal or the moment of hurt, betrayal is, of course, big words. It felt like that at the time, but it was just, school bureaucracy at the time. That moment made me realize that nothing is achievable without hard work. So, motivation is emotional, it's unreliable, but it still has a purpose. The Prophet ﷺ, when he would feel down, Allah would send him comfort and motivation from above the seven heavens. Allah tells the Prophet ﷺ, وَلَقَدْ نَعْلَمُ أَنَّكَ يَضِيقُ صَدْرُكَ بِمَا يَقُولُونَ. Allah tells the Prophet ﷺ that we know that what they say is hurting you, it hurts your heart, it distresses you. Allah is showing that He cares for the feelings of the Prophet ﷺ. But notice He doesn't end there. He carries on. فسبح بحمد ربك وكن من الساجدين واعبد ربك حتى يأتيك اليقين. Feeling good, being motivated is good only when it is followed up by action. It's nice to have motivation, a why, but motivation is finite. And without action, motivation is just delusion. You have to make hard work natural to you. When I say natural, it has to be a habit. Every habit has three parts. It has a cue, something that triggers the action that you need to do. The action itself, of course, that is the routine. Maybe it's memorizing the Quran, memorizing mutun, doing hard work. And there's also a reward, the feeling that you get after it. I started to link hard work and the Quran to a specific cue. It became automatic. There was no debating. It was just something that I did naturally. What do I mean by that? Visualize when you go and brush your teeth every day in the morning. It's a habit. Most people will feel disgusted with themselves when they go without brushing their teeth. The feeling of disgust comes from the feeling in your mouth. You feel like you don't want to open your mouth, you don't want to go and eat anything, you don't want to do something until you go and brush your teeth. Another kind of trigger for brushing your teeth is actually seeing your toothbrush in the morning, or your toothpaste, or even going into the bathroom in the morning. So, what kind of cues can you create for the Quran? For myself, coffee was a great trigger. It signaled to my body that hard work is about to come now. My body realized that now is the time to sit down uninterrupted, focus for hours. If you create that cue of drinking coffee and following it up with hard work for about a week or so, it soon very quickly becomes a habit. As for rewarding myself, I would make sure that I did something that I enjoyed after I did my hard work or the Quran. I would physically lock my phone away in a box, a specific lock box that you can buy on Amazon or any other stores. These boxes, they lock your phone away with a timer. So I would put my phone away for 10 hours, 12 hours a day. And often hearing the sound, the bell go off when the phone is being unlocked is like a wave of refreshment. I would have done 10, 12 hours of work, and then finally being able to sit down and relax and being able to scroll on my phone and watch YouTube videos and do the things that I enjoyed. I did it. I set up a system where I only did high dopamine actions after I did hard work. Soon, my body started to associate hard work with big outcomes of reward. Not only would I feel good of having done so much and accomplished so much hard work, but I would actually have the physical, tangible, enjoyable aspects of life. Now, of course, you don't have to do the same things. You may enjoy going to the gym. You may enjoy going for a walk. You may enjoy listening to a podcast. You know yourself better than I do. So choose a reward for yourself, having completed the hard work that you needed to do, and reward yourself. Now, this isn't something that I got from myself. This is something that the Salaf actually used to do. Some of the Salaf would really enjoy eating sweets. So what they would do is they would prepare sweets specifically to eat after they performed a very demanding, hard task. A great example is tahajjud. They would come after having prayed tahajjud and eat the sweets that they love. So making Quran a habit is an amazing way to stop being lazy. Remember, habits are things that your brain has created over time to make things easy. If you were to constantly think about the things that you have to do every day, you'd become overwhelmed very quickly. Imagine if you had to think, I need to eat breakfast now. I need to eat lunch now. I need to go have a walk. I need to do this and this and this. Your brain would have so many things that need attention that you can no longer focus on the things that really matter. So you make the habit, what now? Habits and accountability make you unstoppable. Accountability doesn't have to be huge. It can be small things. Going back to the moment where I was in college, applying to universities, the punishment of not reaching my goal was enough for me. Not being someone that would go into a good university, the university that I wanted to, was enough for me to start working hard. There are other small forms of punishment that you can use. Not punishment, and it's probably not the best word to use, but what I mean by punishment is a small deterrent, a consequence that happens when you do not do your goal. An example could be in Cambridge. I used to work with other Cambridge students. I would work in libraries, study with friends. By studying with friends, I would have an immediate feedback of if I wasn't working, I would be made aware of it by looking around the room. If I was to compete, and Cambridge is all about competition, they would actually put your grades and rankings in the middle of Cambridge in Senate House. They did this for a long time and they only stopped very recently. So being in competition, if you wanted to say, with these students, I was made acutely aware of the fact that I wasn't working because I was right next to them. Now, if I'm not working and these people are hard at work, typing away, writing, studying, reading, right next to me, I can see that they're doing that. The punishment, the deterrent is that I see and I feel that I'm being left behind. You know for yourself what's best. I have other kinds of punishments and deterrents I have for myself, such as, if I've committed a sin, giving to charity. These are, of course, from the sunnah of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But you can think of what is a good deterrent for yourself. So habits become natural, but accountability are what makes you really, really powerful. If you want to stop starting over and going back to zero and forgetting about your goals every single time, you need to start making working hard natural, habitual for you. Build a habit, build a system, and make the Quran something that you can't live without. Just as you brush your teeth, you need to read the Quran. I've spent the last few months researching memorization, specifically trying to apply these findings to hifdh. I've carried out surveys, I've read books on neuroscience, and I've applied these things practically to my own students. If you want to see these findings, I'm doing a free webinar. In the webinar, we will discuss how you can memorize the best and optimal way while living a busy life. As a plus, everyone that joins gets free access for a week to the Barakah Block. The Barakah Block is a company that I started to help Muslim brothers and sisters stay consistent in memorizing the Quran every single day. So even if you work 12 hours a day, if children are keeping you up late at night, or if you feel like life keeps getting in your way, the Barakah Block is designed to help you stay consistent and have fun while memorizing the Quran. There are prizes to be won. There are like leaderboards to climb. It gives you the motivation to read the Quran, and it also ties motivation to action as well as accountability. You can get free access to this for a week by signing up to the webinar below.